welcome.
Welcome back to Mikalo Peace Theater, where we listen to new music together and hopefully discover something that we'll love. With your friendly neighborhood singing coach, Michal Tauber.
Hello there. Today I'm going to be doing a reaction request from Neil O'Dwyer to Quinn from Freeze the Fall doing a vocal playthrough of their song Hypothermia. I'm super excited to check it out, so let's jump right in.
I drag the cloth over my eyes. Frostbite and silence haunts me. It led me to this life. Here I'm assessed and freighted, strengthened and anemoted. Love will dance, enchanted, smirks as we lie. They watch me as I die, crushing through the eyes. I'll never breathe again, and everyone's a victim, but everyone's alive. So I step above the edge.
Very cool. So I really love the song. It's really catchy right away, really rockin'. And I love the harmonies. So one thing that I'm curious about is what kind of treatment is on her voice as she's singing, because it obviously sounds like it's processed in some way. And so there is some processing going on as she's singing. So I'm just curious about that, because there's so much that you can do nowadays in terms of like, I'm not saying that there's like auto-tune on it or anything, like I really don't know. But I wonder how much of it is like, if you stripped away everything, what it would sound like. I think she's doing a beautiful job, and I don't doubt that it would sound really, really nice, even without any effects or anything. I'm just curious because it does sound like it is processed in some way. But I really, really love the songwriting especially. And I think she's using very good technique. You can see how much she's opening her mouth on the chorus especially, right? That da! You can really see at least 2 fingers of space between her teeth. So she's really keeping a nice open resonant space. And everything sounds really, really in tune, So if there is no like sort of auto-tune or anything on it, it's really impressive because it really sounds like it's right in the pocket and blending really nicely with all the background vocals and things. And also I'll just say that she's really pretty, and I know that that's a superficial thing to remark on, but I think it is really relevant, especially when you're a singer of a band, because you want to have that kind of magnetic, captivating charisma. And part of that obviously is looks. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. So let's continue to check it out.
Crimson meets porcelain, blood rust on snow. Babe, what's left in frigid wakes me low. Silence forever, yet I'm at peace. And so the flowers grow. They watch me.
Very, very nice. So I just wanted to stop at a moment there to point out how smooth her transition is between her head voice and her chest voice, right? So she flips there into her head voice and you don't hear any break or any really noticeable diminution in volume. I mean, obviously she is singing more quietly on the high part, but it's not like it falls off a cliff or something. So that shows a lot of really nice control there. Also a lot of the ornamentation, the like step-like multiple note figures in the melody, she's really executing them nicely and landing on each note, not like sliding and mushing them together. So that shows a lot of control as well. Very, very nice.
as I die, crashing through the eyes. I'll never breathe again, but everyone's a victim, but everyone's alive. Life flies, my mind runs all my time. I'm fed these vibrant lies. We mark in times and spew our thoughts till we all look the same. Watch each other die underneath the eye. They watch me as I die, crashing through the eyes. I'll never breathe again, and everyone's a victim, but everyone's alive. And they'll say I cried, and they'll say I cried. So say my words for me, so say my words for me.
Very, very nice. So there was a lot of really complex interplay with all the different vocal lines, and there were different parts doing different things, but there also were a lot of harmonies moving in parallel very tightly together. And I think she navigated that really, really nicely. There was another technique in there when she went into the I don't remember exactly what the notes were, but she switched into a much more breathy, fluty sound up there and navigated that really nicely as well. I think she had a lot of really great dynamics and was very expressive and musical in delivering the emotions while she was singing the song. And you also notice a lot of her body language was very conducive to a healthy singing style. So you see how she's like touching her stomach at certain points, you know? And for me, that signals that she's really conscious of activating her core to support her belt. And then at one point, she also put her hand on her chest, which is something that I do to really feel where the resonance is hitting in my body, you know? So when you sing with your chest voice, you really feel it in your chest, you know? So for me, that says that she's very conscious of her singing technique, and she's really monitoring that she's doing it in a healthy way. She also at one point did the like pointing when she was singing multiple notes. And that is something that a lot of singers will do because singing is such a visual thing, you know, like you really have to see it in your mind's eye because your instrument is inside of your body. So it's not like you're actually like playing keys or something, but it's almost like you're painting the notes in order to like organize them in your brain and really make sure that you hit them. So, you know, people that are famous for doing that include like Mariah Carey and like Christina Aguilera, a lot of really famous singers. So yeah, overall, I thought she did an amazing job. I thought it was a really well-constructed song. I loved the bridge that went up. I just loved how the melody was constructed and it kept on like climbing. I thought it hit all of the right notes, pun intended, right? In terms of like the dynamic build, I thought it was really catchy. And I thought that she executed it really well. And the only thing, again, that I would comment on is like, I'm curious about the treatment of her voice as she's singing. But I thought she did a beautiful, beautiful job. And I think it's a really nice song. I wonder if the lyrics are listed here. Let's see. So there's some interesting information in the description. It says, Quinn Mitzel performing Hypothermia from the Red Garden EP, released June 18th, 2025, engineered, mixed, and mastered by Spencer Bleasdale for 604 Records and Versus 604, cinematography, video editing, and set design by Luke Bentley, 604 Records Incorporated. This project was funded in part by Factor, the Government of Canada, and Canada's private radio broadcasters, which I think is really interesting. That's something that they have in Canada, which I kind of wish they had in the US, where they really invest in the culture, you know, and they give grants to artists. I think that's really, really nice. So let's just look. All right, I had to take a little hiatus there because our neighbor came over. So I found the lyrics. And again, this is Freeze the Fall, Hypothermia. And it says, I drape the cloth over my eyes, frostbitten silence haunts me. It led me to this life. Here I'm assessed and rated, strength and anonymity. The fool danced enchanted, smirks as we lie. They watch me as I die, crashing through the ice. I'll never breathe again, and everyone's a victim. But everyone's a knife, so I step up off the edge. Crimson meets porcelain, blood rust on snow, paint what's left in frigid waves below. Silenced forever, yet I'm at peace, and still the flowers grow. And then it repeats the chorus, and then the bridge is, light floods my mind, rots all my time. I'm fed these vibrant lies. We mock and taunt and spew our thoughts till we all look the same. And then it changes the chorus a little bit. Watch each other die underneath the ice. And then it goes back to, they watch me die, crashing through the ice. I'll never breathe again, and everyone's a victim, but everyone's a knife. And then the tag is, and they'll say I cried. So say my words for me, so say my words for me. Okay, and the songwriters are Aria, Jonah, and Quinn together. So I think the tone of the lyrics matches the tone of the music really well because it is very like dramatic, you know, and intense. And I like the metaphor of the ice and frostbite as, you know, relationships that aren't working and kind of being like iced out. So I think that's very clever, and the lyrics are very poetic and flow very well. So all in all, I think it's really, really good. I love the imagery and I really enjoyed it. So hopefully you enjoyed my reaction. Thank you for the request, Neil, and I'll see you guys soon. Of course, until then, take care and happy singing. Bye.